Good morning, Bannock folks. You're tuned in to another episode of Bannockdotes. I'm your host, Phil Paxton. Thank you for joining us today. We got a good one for you. If you're listening on Spotify, Apple Music, Stitcher, or any other podcast app, make sure you're subscribed to the podcast. And of course, you're watching on YouTube, scroll a little bit down below, hit that subscribe button, get that bell notification, tells you when we're posting all our fun videos. And then, of course, give this video a like. Leave a comment down below. Do you like this show? Do you hate it? Do you want to see other guests come back? Do you want to see me ask other questions? Just leave it all down below. Leave it all down below. Do you like the episode or do you hate it? Just tell me. Of course, follow us on Instagram at Bannockdotes, BANDECDOTES, where we do all our updates, where we post all the concerts that we're putting on, the flyers, clips of guests that we have coming on this week. All the updates are happening there, so check us out there. All right, let's just jump right into the shows because we got a lot of them because we got July coming up. So let's jump into the shows. Local Ontario shows. Hexus came by yesterday in St. Catharines at the warehouse and blew the place off. It was crazy. Cothra also played, Temple of Night, our homies in Trauma Model played, and Deciphering the Pale. It was such a good night. Thank you for everyone who came out. It was a great time. Thank you for that. But those folks are still playing, and today they are in Kingston at the Overtime, and then tomorrow, June 23rd, they're in Ottawa at the Dominion Tavern, and June 25th in Montreal at the Piranha Bar. Thursday, June 23rd in Toronto at the Hard Luck, we have Dayglow Abortion's Hate Speech album release with Citizen Rage, Dragged In, and Losers. In Hamilton that night at the Doors Pub, we have Cognitive, Tombstoner, Lacooter, and World's Grasp. Friday, June 24th in Windsor at the Backstage, we have Cognitive, Tombstoner, and Vile Driver. In Toronto that night, Fuzzed and Buzz presents a special night with Mouth Congress, Leather Uppers, Astral Witch, and Low Orbit, and that's at the Bovine. In Hamilton that night, however, at the Kill Room, we've got Dear God, Dew Flame, Temper Tantrum, Mile End, and Cicada. That's going to be a killer show. Saturday, June 25th in Niagara Falls at the Upper Space, Fight War, Not Wars, Red Cross Benefit Show with Well and Wasted, Border City Beatdowns, Dominion, Elephants, and Sin. In Ottawa that night at House of Targ, we have They Grieve, Cothra, Moratorium, and Grandmother. In London that night, we are at the Richmond Tavern, we have Single Mothers, Mall Crimes, and Strawberry Cough. In Hamilton that night at the Kill Room, we have Snakes, Junko Daydream, Girth, and the 49th Parallel. In St. Catharines that night at the Mansion House, we have our friend Casey Baker, Neon Cowboy, Addercliff, and Brett Friesian. In Windsor at Craft Heads, we have Reliever and Uncle Ray playing that night. Sunday, June 26th in St. Catharines at the Warehouse, Indoor Shoes presents Cognitive with Tombstoner, Ocular Trauma, and Mind Swell. Weedus and Kixie are doing a couple shows, June 24th at the Bitmore Theater in Oshawa, June 25th at the Legion in Tillsonburg, and June 26th at the Casbah in Hamilton. But in July, Hellbent are going on tour. Now, if you haven't heard about this, I am super excited. We're starting this month off with our homies in Dayglow Abortions. Can you believe that? I'm so excited. We're probably going to get some roadcasting done on that. Can't wait for that to happen. July 2nd, we're in Fredericton at the New Brunswick Punk Festival. July 3rd in Halifax at Gus's Pub. July 4th at a Secret Show. July 5th in Rimouski at the Rimouski Underground. July 6th in Jonquière at Rocco Bar. July 7th in Trois Rivières at L'Entite. July 8th in Cornwall at White Knuckles, and July 10th in Waterloo at Revive. And July 7th and July 9th in Ottawa, we have Sitting on the Outsides Volume 4 with a ton of bands playing like Moratorium, Imploders, Illusions, Puffer, Blemish, Sleep Late, and many more. Definitely go get your tickets for that. Wednesday, July 13th in Ottawa at the Brass Monkey, we have Falsifier with Born Anew, Salt Wound, Soul Thief, and A Mist. Damn It Goldie are playing a bunch of shows this summer. Definitely go check them out when they're in your city. They're hitting Hamilton. They're hitting all sorts of different places. Check it out there. You can see it there right on the screen. Friday, July 15th in Toronto at Hard Luck, we have Raider with Detherius, Stench of Death, and Gland. Thursday, July 21st, we have the return of No Orphans. It's been a while since they've played, and they're playing here in St. Catharines at the Warehouse with Sunnyside, Cohesion, and Wishender. That's going to be a good time. Definitely go grab your tickets for that. Saturday, July 23rd in London at the Dome, Strange Ways with Reality Denied and Evil Vision. Saturday, July 30th in Toronto at the Rock Pile, we have Get the Shot with Enemy of God, Born Without Hope, Offside, Twin Rivals, and Hostage. And of course, September 9th and 10th in Mississauga at the Hansa House, Damage Control and Solace Music Promotions presents Hold Your Ground Fest 22, Never Ending Game, Mind Force, Pain of Truth, Dare, Momentum, Gridiron, Cohesion, Cold Shoulder, Endgame, and many more. Get your tickets at holdyourgroundfest.com. Feeling a little light on the July shows. I'm being honest. If you've got more shows coming up in July, send them my way. Send them your flyer. Just do it, and I'll plug your show. That's what I'm here for. All right, let's get into my guests this week. We had Rino James and Andy Dinner of Phantom Lung come on, and they were so funny. We had such a fun time with this episode. I had a fun time editing this episode. There's a lot of visual stuff, so I apologize to the people who are just listening. You're missing out on a little bit of the content, but let me tell you this, it was a great episode. I prepared for Andy to come on the show, and he kind of last minute was like, oh, Reno's with me. So I didn't have too many questions for Reno, but we still had a great time. We got to know each other, and honestly, this was one of the funniest episodes we've done in a while. Let's get into it, folks. I'm not trying to fuck with you.
He'll toss, man. He's not scared.
I'll throw bows.
Yeah.
Cool. Now I'll let him check first.
Yeah.
I want.
This is important.
It's not on Spotify.
But is there? Did they say something? Like, did they make a post saying?
I thought I read something. Maybe I was out to lunch.
It's entirely possible.
Out to lunch with dinner. There we go.
There you go. That's your last name, right? Andy Dinner?
Andy Dinner.
Yeah, that's right.
It's funny because, like,
I'm Reno Lunch.
Anytime
Reno Lunch.
anytime like, I meet somebody, like, because I've done stand up before.
Oh yeah.
And for some reason, man, every time they're just like Andy Diner. I'm like, what the fuck?
There's two ends, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Dude, I had a fucking mask in my hat. Like that. I just pulled that out of my toque. The fuck?
Prepared at all times.
I'm just gonna have this on for the whole thing.
One of the first guests we had, he was wearing a mask the entire time.
That's fucking weak. Oh, you can't do that.
Not unless it's like a Slipknot mask.
Yeah. Oh, did you see the guy from Bar Down went and like fucking got a custom painted hat for the drummer of Slipknot? Like,
really?
Put up on a hockey helmet,
Nice.
a goalie mask.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
it's fucking sick.
I was there. I went and saw that show on one day.
Fuck,
That's
same.
cool. Yeah, nice. Did you see that guy ran on stage? I did not notice that. Did you see that at all? So during Psychosocial, there was a guy that ran up on stage, ran up to Clown's drums and started playing them.
Yeah.
Oh, it's funny. I saw an article about that.
Yeah, that happened at the Toronto show.
I didn't know that was the Toronto show.
I was so hyper focused on Jay playing drums that song. I was like, didn't even see anything else happening.
I was like really drunk. So I was like trying to sneak my way down to like the 100s from the lawns.
So who's gonna stop you?
A lot of people.
Right on, folks. Welcome back to another episode of Banecdotes. I'm your host, Phil Paxton. The t-shirt of the week is Spill Your Guts. Not totally around from here, but I know their bassist is from Kitchener, so we'll give a shout out to Tyler. And we have Andy Dinner and Reno James.
Yeah.
On the podcast of Phantom Limb. Thank you for coming by, folks.
Lung.
Phantom Lung. I said Phantom Limb.
Want to start over?
Yes.
You
We'll
put-
do that again. Thank you for joining in, folks. You're watching Banecdotes. I'm your host, Phil Paxton. I'm wearing a Spill Your Guts shirt. They're kind of not from around here, but shout outs to Tyler Boa because he's from Kitchener. And my guests this week are Andy Dinner and Reno James of Phantom Lung.
Here we go.
There we go. We killed it. Maybe
so
we'll
good.
meet. Maybe we'll keep in that last cut. Who
Yeah,
knows?
fuck it. Yeah, yeah.
How you guys doing? I was gonna say, how's your day been? It was mostly driving though,
Yeah,
right?
a lot of fucking driving.
Traffic.
I worked this morning and then I
Really?
Yeah.
I-
Yeah, and then I drove to Toronto to pick this guy up.
Wow.
I also worked this morning, and then he picked me up from the shop, and then we whipped on over here, and it's been a day.
Nah, right on. So do you want to introduce yourself to the audience? Talk about a little bit about yourselves.
You go first.
Yeah, sure. I'm Reno. I play bass in Phantom Lung.
What else do you play in a bunch of other bands?
I play in four fucking
hype
bands.
that shit up. Yeah.
I play bass in death metal band Six of Swords.
Yep.
I play bass in a hardcore band from Toronto called Born Without Hope.
Oh, you play? I didn't know that.
Just joined
Nice.
that band.
Nice.
Joined the band. And then I've got a new project called Living Nightmare
Cool.
with Jay Scarlino and Ryan Rogers from Lions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's gonna be
That's
happening
a
soon.
throwback.
Damn.
Lions.
Yeah.
Keep him busy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
like, we don't do nothing.
Yeah.
And Six of Swords doesn't do anything right now.
Nope.
But I had to start playing bass. So.
Yeah, you got to keep active. Is there what with Six of Swords is just hiatus right now, or?
We're just all super busy.
Yeah.
We're all really, really busy. But, and we're just at a point now where we got a bunch of songs. Like, if we had an opportunity to play a show, then we'd get together and figure out a set and
Cool.
do it.
Yeah.
Most of the writing happens not at band practice anyway.
Sure.
We got some songs in the works already, so
Mhm.
we'll eventually get around to getting together again.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all hung out at the Dying Fetus show the other day
Nice.
together. It was actually the first time the whole band was together
Hey.
since like COVID lockdown happened. So it was
Felt
really
good.
It was really cool to see those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's super cool. And you've just been busy with Phantom Lung,
Yeah. Well, I would say busy with Phantom Lung because it's been a slow burn. Like
right?
Like I started Phantom Lung like 3 years ago by myself as a solo project.
It was a solo project. Yeah.
Yeah, like where like I wrote literally every second of the music and everything like that. Tried getting a singer for it because I didn't want to do the vocals myself.
Right.
Tried that out. We tried I talking to different vocalists for like a year, and then I was like, fuck this. So I just kind of gave up with it and kind of fell on the back burner. And then in October of last year, kind of I guess the project kind of got revitalized, and now we're at where we are now. We have the 3-song demo we released a couple months back.
Mhm.
How many times did we have to reschedule this
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, this interview here, just like, because again, we're all busy adults. We're all old now. We all have priorities and shit like that.
Jobs.
Yeah, jobs, businesses, all that kind of shit. So it's Phantom Lung's been a very, very slow burn project, and and then I guess that takes us up until us talking right now.
Yeah, and you guys so you started out as a solo, and then you just recruited everybody, eh?
Yeah. Like when I first started Phantom Lung, Reno was actually the first person I sent my music to.
You didn't even have a name for it. You just sent me a bunch of songs. You're like, oh, what do you think?
Nice.
And I'm like, do you like this? Yeah, because he's like my death metal like. Should I fuck with this band or
There you
not?
go. Nice, yeah.
Everything goes through him, right? And then I was like, yeah. So if this ever becomes like a project, it's like, do you want to play bass? And he's just like, absolutely.
Actually, before you even said that, I was like, yo, whenever this happens, I call dibs on bass.
Nice.
And that was literally a no brainer for me. Like, yeah, I wanted Reno a part of this project since the beginning. So.
And you landed, and who'd you land on? Is there 2 guitarists?
There's we have 2 guitarists. The other one's Billy Curtis, who used to play guitar in the Abandoned Hearts Club.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Remember them from way back.
Yep.
Yeah. So he's on second guitar. He's in terms of the writing process, he's more of like a consultant, because he's somebody whose opinion I trust, and he is literally one of the best guitarists I've ever met. He's ridiculous.
Oh,
So yeah, I'll go and I'll be like, these riffs, the transitions are good. Is there anything you would add or take away? And then everything since because I had 5 or 6 songs written when we kind of put the whole band together, and now we have 10 songs for a full length, basically ready to go. Just need to sit down, learn them, rehearse them, practice them, and record them. But knowing Phantom Lung, that'll probably be like a year from now.
Sure. I mean, there's lots. Yeah. I mean, lots of plans, but I mean, you guys are gonna.
And there's no rush. That's the thing. Like, we're not on a schedule. There's no deadlines or anything like that. We're taking it as it is, and we don't want to rush anything either. Because once you start rushing things, like, things just kind of start. There's shortcuts, corners you take, and all that. Like, that's kind of the whole, like, oh, their first album was the best, right? Because then how long did they have to write that first album?
Sure.
And then now we have we have a year or less after our touring schedule to record our second album. And it's like, you have the pressure from the labels and shit like that. We don't have any of that right now. So we're just kind of taking it one day at a time, and nice slow burn, and just tweaking what we have now and making them even better. Yeah. Like, there are songs like I wrote 3 years ago for this project that, like, I know that there are parts in those songs that when we re-record them, they're going to be, like, better than what they already are. So just trying to make everything we don't want to have a weak riff. We don't want to have a weak second of this album when it comes out. We want it to be an absolute punishing force, which is we're pretty much there. Yeah.
And when you recorded that 3-song demo, that was all you, and it was all DIY, right?
Yeah. When I recorded that, no amps. It was all direct input. The drums, I wrote the drums, but they are programmed drums. I mean, it is just a demo, so I wasn't
Still sounds really good.
Oh yeah, like we had Alex Rise, who plays drums in Psychotic Pulse.
Oh, cool.
Great Toronto death metal band. He also Cunt Zone is another project that he has, where like that, and that band is fucking ridiculous as well. Tyrant of Death. He just has all these solo death metal projects, and he's like literally a savant when it comes to death metal. It's unreal. And then we had Tyler Semrick Palmatier, who is the singer of Mare, singer of The End. He recorded vocals.
That's right.
And he also did guest vocals on the song Empress on our demo. And then we had Scotty from Cancer Bats, formerly of Cancer Bats. He mastered the project.
Nice, Scott.
And
I love Scott.
Fucking Scott's such a beauty, man.
Oh, I love Scott.
Honestly, big shout out to Scotty Middleton.
Yeah, he's great.
I love you, Scott.
Yeah,
you are.
We all love
an
Scott.
Absolute weapon. All right, never change. Keep doing you, buddy.
Yeah,
that's it.
So, and then are you allowed to talk about the new singer that you've got? Or?
This okay? Sure. So yeah, Steve is no longer singing. He sang on the 3-song demo for us. Yep. He is no longer with Phantom Lung. And I've decided since I tried to search for a singer for a year. Before that, they gave up, and then Steve joined in. I'm sick of looking for singers, so I'm just gonna be the fucking vocalist now.
Oh, fun!
I'm the new singer, Phantom Lung.
Sick. Yeah. Mammoth Grinder style, right? Fucking doing
I know that's the thing. I can't play guitar and sing at the same time, so I'm just gonna probably just get another guitarist, just to do live shows. Yeah. And I'm still gonna be pretty much writing, 98.5% of everything, and then just teach it to somebody else and say, you play, I'm just gonna fucking rage.
That's super cool.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I've decided, and I've had enough of singers, and I've had enough of myself, so what the hell's the difference?
I haven't had enough either.
Yeah.
Now, how did you guys get into heavy music growing up, like death metal? How'd you guys end up playing it? Where did you...
It's funny, we literally had this conversation in the car.
Lovely.
Not even thinking that it would come up. But
go.
It's a different story every time I tell it, because I literally don't remember.
Sure.
He was straight edge back in the day, so his memory's all foggy, right?
Yeah, that's what,
So, my, I guess, earliest memory of, heavy music, other than, my dad showing me Motorhead, the Ramones, Black Sabbath, as a fellow Canadian, you know, Much Loud was a TV show,
Yeah.
not just a channel.
That's right.
So I would stay up after 11 on a Friday night
Mm-hmm.
and just watch music videos, and Where the Slime Lived by Morbid Angel came on.
How funny is that? I was just gonna say that's how I found out of Morbid Angel.
Yeah. Much Loud, yeah.
Yeah, same.
So,
Yeah.
so there's that. Then in like grade 9, I was in English class, and this older kid who was in my class because he got held back a
Yeah.
grade gave me a Skinless CD,
Oh, sick.
and my mind was fucking blown.
Yeah.
And it was almost too much for me because like I really liked Slipknot at the time,
Right.
but that was pretty accessible because they were on the radio and
Yeah.
shit. But yeah, hearing Skinless for the first time was almost too much for me.
Yeah.
But I loved it like ever since.
That's super cool. It's funny that you mentioned that as well, because I also remember being into Slipknot at a certain time, and a buddy of mine was like, "Here, you gotta check. If you really like Slipknot, check out a band called Hatebreed." And I was like, "Okay," and I checked them out. I definitely liked it, but I think it was grade 7 at the time, and I was like, "They don't wear masks though."
Yeah, not as cool.
Why aren't they hiding?
like yeah. But yeah, no. Little did I know, I was jamming out fucking. I think it was like Destroy Everything and.
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah. And what about yourself? How did you get into like heavy music growing up?
So for not heavy, but like just hear me out here. Back when I was a kid and I was like, you know, grade 2, grade 3, 4, whatever, my mom and dad always used to listen to like you know, Motley Crue, Def Leppard, and like the odd Metallica song here and there, and like so I always really vibed with that kind of shit. And then when I was in grade 5, I think, my next door neighbor, who was a year older than me, he was like, "Yo, you gotta check this shit out," and then put on The Great Southern Trendkill by Pantera, and like the opening note, it just
Yeah.
right, and I was like, "What the fuck is this,
Yeah.
dude?" And then obviously Dimebag's riffs are the greatest ever of
Shout
all
outs
time.
Dimebag.
Like, rest in peace, fucking.
Yeah.
That like Pantera fucking really kind of changed everything for me, and then it grew from there. Like, and then I had a huge crush on this girl in grade 7, and she liked Slipknot, and like that's the first time she's like gave me a Slipknot CD. I was like, oh shit! My first concert ever was Korn.
Nice.
Well, my first big concert was Korn. My first actual concert I went to was fucking Throwdown with 18 Visions, Terror, and then Under Oath opened.
What? What did they do? What were they doing on that bill?
I don't fucking know. I didn't make that. I didn't make
Well,
That's cool
their
though.
first album straight up metalcore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
That's
yeah, and it
with,
was
Dallas Taylor. Yeah.
It was right after they released their first album.
Really?
Yeah. Like Under Oath
Ooh.
opened, then Terror, then 18 Visions, and then Throwdown. Headline.
Wow.
That show happened today. Holy fuck, that lineup's
Jesus.
changing up a bit. Yeah.
I love remembering like old shows, thinking back of like what big bands have I seen open shows that had no business opening if they were today.
Yeah.
I saw 3 Days Grace open for Mudvayne.
Jesus.
What?
Yeah. at the Cool House.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It was like their first album had just come out.
Yeah.
Oh, now I'm thinking like I just can't off the top of my head think, but like damn, yeah. Like right now, like obviously I just brought it up, like, you know, Under Oath. If they were to play now, I mean, are they even still a fucking band?
Yeah. They just put out a
Yeah.
record.
Yeah. And like,
It's not
you
bad
know,
either.
if they played, I don't know, they'd probably sell at the Opera House, no problem. But
Oh, they sell out Rebel.
like, oh yeah, well yeah,
They just played Rebel, yeah.
That's
I was
how
gonna say, yeah, with
that's
the
how
beer box.
fucking
Yeah,
out of
yeah.
that's how out of date and touch
Yeah.
I am with all that. So like, so like, you know, that being said, it's probably that. Probably yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, I
Yeah.
saw Alexis on Fire at the Masonic Lodge.
Really?
Oh yeah, we all
Yeah. They opened
All the
up for
time.
At the Mercy of Inspiration, which was Scotty
It was
Middleton
Scott's
from
band.
Cancer Bats.
That's right.
There we go. That's Scotty's up twice now. Yeah.
The Scotty count is that 2?
Yeah, Scotty. Yeah. Ting. Have a little thing on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's actually paying us to mention his name.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
That's right. And he's doing recording out of Kingston. So if
Yeah.
you're ever around in that area, go check out Scott.
Yeah, check out Scott. Send him your stuff to get mastered,
Yeah.
mixed, and all that. He really brought the oomph to that demo there. Like it really it pounds. Yeah,
Now, would you go with him for the new like?
I absolutely would.
yeah, with this
100%.
new
I have
LP that you
no
guys-
problem. There's like when it comes like him and like I've known Scott like I saw Cancer Bats like first 4 shows. Like
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
like him like that's how far back like Scotty and I go. So like he's somebody that I'm super comfortable with, and it would be an honor to like record our full length with him.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I would love that.
Now, do you personally know Dark Guy?
Yeah, he's a really good friend of mine.
Yeah. Do you also know Dark Guy?
I don't.
Okay.
Yeah,
So for the folks who don't know, maybe I'm sure they do, but like there's a Toronto Maple Leafs fanatic who was they had a shot of him during like one game.
It was in the playoffs when they were playing Washington, and I guess it was a super intense game, and there was like a couple minutes left in the third period. And I was about to go to overtime, and you can just see. He has the cigarette in his mouth already. Like he's like,
ready.
I'm waiting for the horn so I can run outside and smoke this dart. And like he's so stressed out. Like you can just see like all of his face paint's already like fucking melting on his face, and you can see in his eyes he's glazed over. He was like I had probably like 16 beers before that. Like,
Damn.
yeah, he's a beast. He's a weapon, man. Like,
And you're personal friends with him, eh?
yeah. I'm like really good friends with him. Like I had Easter supper with him and my family.
Nice.
Yeah.
And did you know him before the whole?
No. I slid into his DMs. Like I fucking that night when I saw that clip, I was like, who is this guy? I'm like, that guy is a beast. So I guess I was on Reddit on like one of the comment sections for the game, and then someone was like, yo, I found this guy's Twitter and posted it, and then I snuck into his DMs, like, and I had a company which was selling like men's grooming products. We had beard care products, so I messaged him and I was like, dude, you're blowing up right now, like do you want like I'll sponsor your beard with beard care products? And then he was like, oh man, like he's like, that's super cool. And then he's like, oh yeah, I'm going to the game, blah blah blah, I'm gonna be in Toronto. The Maple Leafs put me up at the Four Seasons or whatever, like I can't remember which one it was.
Nice.
Yeah, like, and then he was like, do you want to like meet up and like grab a drink? And I was like, absolutely.
Nice.
And then we've been like best friends since.
Hey, that's pretty tight.
Yeah. So I have pretty good success sliding into DMs. Like I don't know, for some reason people just
Who else have you
respond.
slid into?
Let's not talk about that.
That's a long list.
Yeah, that's a long list. There's fuck.
Well, you slid into my DMs about the beard oil.
Oh yeah. Like,
Because I hadn't seen you in like
over
a decade.
Yeah, like him and we used to like not get along. Like, yeah, that's a story right there. So I was I was playing. I don't know if you've ever heard of the band Life Ruiner.
I'm not familiar.
Yeah, neither am I. Yeah. So like I actually like I started that band. I was like the first, like me and like that dickhead Johnny O'C were the first members of the band. It's a long story on how that all got started, but so I was playing a show at the Reverb, and he was in the crowd, and I guess like I was dating this girl, and I guess like he like hooked up with her beforehand or whatever. I don't really even know, but I called him out on stage, like into the microphone.
Your
Yeah,
exact words
Yeah,
were,
here we go.
Reno James, if you talk to my girlfriend again, I'll beat the living shit out of you. And I was fucking terrified.
He wasn't as big as he is now, though.
Because I was like 160 pounds.
I was too, though. I was.
Scene kid. Yeah, but you were in Life Ruiner.
Yeah.
True.
I'd automatically,
At the time, that was a big
automatically,
deal.
yeah, that automatically adds some weight behind the
Yeah,
punch. Yeah.
some clout.
So I bounced real quick.
And now we're like best friends.
Yeah, and I feel like that's mostly because you know that I beat the shit out of you now.
Oh, we're gonna have to settle that later.
All right, yeah.
Well, cameras are rolling.
Yeah.
I think we
Have
can
a nice little fucking scrap right here. Why not? Yeah. Might as well, man. We gotta set some supremacy here on who's number one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give them what they want.
All right,
Give
drop your
just-
pants. And see if everyone-
Give the people what they want, baby. That's it.
So, yeah. So you own a barber shop,
I do.
and your neighborhood barber.
Yeah, it's in Toronto, and more specifically the suburb of Etobicoke.
Nice.
Right up on Lakeshore there. It's the area I grew up in, born, raised in, never lived anywhere else. It's my hood. And yeah, like I opened up a barbershop there, and the whole concept behind it is showcasing the history of the community, There's a lot of old artifacts and vintage, historic pieces that are in the shop. Some purchased, some stolen.
Nice, like knickknacks all over the place.
Oh yeah, like 1 block away from my shop was the Campbell Soup Factory.
Oh, cool.
That was built in like 1897.
Really?
Yeah, it's like like back in Etobicoke back then there was 3 places to work. There was the massive paint factory that blew up like 20, 30 years ago. There was a huge explosion.
Jesus.
There's the Campbell Soup Factory, which got torn down last year. And then there was Goodyear Tires. But the Campbell Soup Factory, it was 2 weeks before it got torn down. There was a gentleman, I'm not naming any names, I'm not no narc, but he broke in to the Campbell Soup Factory and then stole all the artwork from there. And then, like, approached me on the street and was like, yo, dude, like, looks around. He's all sketchy. And he's like, I heard you like soup. I'm like, yo, I fucking love soup. Where's this going? And he's like, so I broke into the Campbell Soup Factory 2 weeks before they tore it down. And I stole all the artwork. Do you want it? And I was like, abso-fucking-lutely.
That's sick.
Do. Yeah. So I went and I bought that off of him, and that's there. And like, it's one of the number 1 conversation pieces in the shop. People really, really love it. Yeah, it's just a community oriented, just positive vibes, and I have fun at work every day. I've never had a bad day at work.
Nice.
Yeah.
How'd you get into cutting hair?
Well, I was a bartender. I was a bartender for quite a few years, and these regulars that used to come into the bar used to work at a barbershop down the road. And they would always come in. They were always happy. They were always jovial. They always tipped really, really well. And I was like, man, I kind of want that because, like, I don't really have fun doing this anymore. And, like, after, like, 2 weeks, it was in, like, November, December, something like that. And I was like, I haven't seen the sun in, like, 2 weeks. Like, I'm waking up at, like, 4 in the afternoon after going to, like, getting home from work at 4 a.m., right? And I was like, I'm fucking depressed. And, like, I want to be as happy as those guys. And then I asked them, I was like, yo, do you guys need an apprentice? And they're like, we've been waiting for you to ask.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So, and then that's how it all started. Yeah.
Yeah, barbers are always happy. They're singing. They're always in fours.
Oh, yeah. if you're one of those, like, stuck-up dickhead barbers, like, stop doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Find something else, because it's the best job in the world. And if you're not having fun doing it, there's something fucking wrong with you.
Yeah. Now, if you were to cut any famous musician's hair...
Michael McDonald.
Yeah?
Oh, I've already
What would you give him?
Dreamed about this. Give him the exact same haircut he gets. Like Michael McDonald from Steely Dan, and he used first record he was on Steely Dan, but Michael McDonald from the Doobie Brothers. Dude, that guy's like my fucking musical hero.
Yeah?
Like I love that man. Like it is on my bucket list to cut Michael McDonald's hair.
There you go.
Actually,
one day you will.
One day, like
manifest
if I just come into like a bunch of money, like I'm going to, like, I said success with the DMs. I'm gonna slide Michael McDonald's DMs, be like, I will pay for your flight, I will put you in a fucking hotel, and I'll give you a haircut. Like,
shoot your shot.
I'm going to. I just need that money first, like, because he's gonna need to fly first class. He deserves the best. Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah. He's the king of yacht rock, dude. He's the best.
Is there anything you do outside of music? That you any hobbies?
Yeah. So I mean,
it's literally just working music, as far as I know. Yeah.
Yeah. By trade, I'm a landscaper.
Cool.
I work for a company in Hamilton, Hess Landscaping. I like that, but outside of that, I am a powerlifter.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could tell.
It's been a while since I've really competed or trained, but like 4 to 5 times a week I'm in the gym lifting weights.
Damn.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah.
bulking up.
Beef boy.
Just so you can show them that you can fucking beat up now.
That's right.
That's right.
It's not the size of the dog in the fight, baby.
I just want to be strong enough to be able to support my own feelings.
Yeah. He's got big feelings, man. Yeah.
That's great. All right, let's get into some anecdotes.
Okay.
So let's talk about some of the wildest stories you have from playing in music and being around band culture. Anything that you have on the road, at a show, in the studio, and anything in between.
Oh, fuck. Well, All right, right off the top of my head, when I was in grade 12, and it was March break, and this time I was with Lifer, and it was just fresh and everything like that. And we were playing a bunch of shows with Embrace Today. And we were driving to Montreal for our next show. We made a stop off in Cobourg to go to sleep for the night because we were driving and we're like, yo, we're gassed. And long story short, I'm not gonna get into the details because this is personal.
Okay.
But I ended up getting arrested for something I didn't do.
Okay.
And here I am in grade 12 on March break in the Cobourg jail cell. And at this point, like, they didn't even ask me how old I was. And then I was like, I'm like 17 years old. And then they're like, I'm sorry, what the fuck did you just say? They didn't ask me for ID, nothing, right? And then like they have like a little huddle, and then they're like, look over, and then they go back to talk, and then they're like, okay, come with us. And then they take me into a different into like an interrogation room, so I'm not in a jail cell.
Right.
And then they're like, we need to read you a new set of rights and blah blah blah. And like I literally spent the whole night they did the whole thing. They took away my shoelaces, my belt, the string of my hoodie. They did like whole like it was I was like, and the entire time I was just like, I just want to call my parents. I was like, do I get a phone call? And they refused me a phone call.
Really?
Yeah. And I was in there all night until like 7 a.m. And what happened was the singer of the band, he told them, the cops, that he was my legal guardian.
Okay.
So like they're like, don't let him call his parents. I'm his legal guardian.
Yeah.
And like, so they're like, okay. So I kept on saying like, let me call my parents, and they're like, no, well, we'll get there. We'll get there. And then after the cops found out everything that happened, that like everything that was like I wasn't supposed to fucking be in there.
Sure.
I get out, and like that's what he told me. He was just like, yeah, I told him like I was your legal guardian, so like your parents don't know. And I made a post about it on my fucking MySpace bulletin, and my mom happened to go on my MySpace, and then it was like Easter. So so now we're so it's in March break, and now it's in Easter, so October. So is that no sorry Thanksgiving. Sorry, Thanksgiving in October. Sorry.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there, and my mom, she goes, so do you want to tell me about what you got arrested for? And like I was like, I'm sorry, what? I thought I was scot-free with it, but yeah, and like it was so funny coming back from March break, and like I went to like I was in a Catholic high school.
Wow.
And we're sitting down, and the English teacher's like, all right, everybody, so tell me about your March break. And I was like, I wasn't arrested. Like,
That's my story.
Regardless of what you hear, it didn't happen. So yeah, I was arrested when I was in grade 12 for something I didn't do.
Damn.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's one of my stories. Yeah.
What about yourself? Do you got any wild stories from playing in bands, playing shows?
He was the guy that was swimming like for that Slayer show.
Yeah, that's in that water.
Yeah. I look like I could fucking swim. I mean, nothing crazy as that. But, I mean, I've got like a van breaking down story. So
quite a few.
I used to be in a metalcore band called The Distance From.
Okay, yeah.
God, yeah, I remember that. Holy fuck, yeah.
And we were driving to Kingston from Toronto to play a show with, I think Structures was playing that show.
Cool.
And I was driving separately in my car because there just wasn't room in the van. And I'm the only other one who was driving. And so I'm ahead of the van because fuck them and their slow ass. And then I get a phone call saying, hey, so the van stopped working, and they're pulling a trailer, and they don't know what the fuck's going on. And I used to be an auto mechanic, so I was like, okay, it's probably something stupid. I'm gonna come and the belt probably snapped or something. I don't know. So I get off the highway, turn around, and drive and meet up with them, and the fucking engine seized.
Really?
The motor seized.
Damn.
I thought I could fix it, but there's no fucking way.
No.
There's no fucking way. So
You're no Adam Cameron from Cold Shoulder.
Yeah.
He's a beast. He's a fucking beast.
So we were not going to cancel the show. We were like an hour and a half out. And so we piled as many of the people in the van into my 98 Acura Integra and had a tow truck come and tow the van on a flatbed while the tow truck pulled our trailer and then dropped us off at the show, dropped the trailer, and then we crushed the van.
Wow.
And we still managed to play. We had to like shift our set times around. We ended up playing like right before Structures instead. But I'm shocked that we made it to the show at all.
That's crazy.
Damn.
I thought for sure like we were all just gonna say fuck it and go home, but we were all fucking hyped and
Determined.
they were all stoned as shit. So, and I was straight edge at the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, we still played the show, and then I think we stayed in Kingston that night, and then the next morning we got like a U-Haul. Yeah, that's what we did. We had to get a U-Haul, and then we drove everyone back in the U-Haul.
Nice.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. Like, just one time when I was with
My dog's just losing it.
yeah, man, dogs are cool though, so they can do whatever the fuck they want.
Shout outs to Buckley.
Buckley. Yeah.
Named after the Buckley brothers from Every Time I Die.
Rest in peace.
I assumed it was after the medicine.
Yeah. A lot of people think that, yeah.
Does he taste great?
I don't know. I haven't eaten them. We'll have to wait a couple years.
Yeah. Yeah. Start fattening them up. Yeah. Oh man, like when I was with I was like roadie merch guy for like a couple shows with Misery Signals and
Nice.
like I mean every fucking band has like their tire breakdown story, right? But one time we went we were in Ottawa and we pull up to the venue and we're just finished the show and we're out back in the we're loading up gear and everything like that, and this guy walks up and he's like, hey man, and he goes to Brandon, the drummer of Misery Signals, and he's like, I want to tell you that I took your drum part from Failsafe, I think it was.
Okay.
And I incorporated it into my set. And he's like, what are you talking about? He's like, I perform with Stomp, the musical Stomp.
Oh, cool.
So like do
Yeah.
like he does a part like a Misery Signals like homage like during the Stomp set.
Really?
And he's like, you guys are like my favorite. He's like, you're my favorite drummer. You guys are. I was walking around and I saw that there was a flyer for the show tonight, and I was like, I have to come. Like, and it was the last night of the Stomp. Like they were doing like a month-long thing there, right? So and he's just like, what are you guys doing right now? And then we're like, I don't know. We're probably gonna either try to find a place to crash or we're gonna try to just drive towards the next show. And he's like, I got an idea. And we're like, what's up? And their Stomp was staying at I can't remember the name of the hotel, but it is the like number one nicest hotel in Ottawa. Mm-hmm. And he's like, every like, you know, performer and crew member is staying in this hotel. We have like 2 floors like rented out. So he's like, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna come with me and you guys are gonna stay, like I'm gonna get you guys a room in this hotel. And we go and we're like, what the fuck? It's like the nicest hotel I've ever been in. And we're like, just these, you know, greasy guys, like, hey, we're like staying here. And then they're like, yeah, we're going to this bar. We rented out the whole bar and it's open bar. And we're like, what? And they're like, come with us. And we're like, okay. So we go to this bar, and then Stu Ross, the guitarist, and he's like, I'll get a bottle of wine. Actually, I'll get 2 bottles of wine. And then we were promptly kicked out like 10 minutes later.
Oh, really?
Because everything we did while we were there was just like, I'll get a rum and coke. I'll get 2 rum and cokes. And then they're just like, fuck these guys. Who the fuck are these guys? Get them out of here.
He's a one-upper.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we got booted from there, and then we stayed in like a $600 hotel room, and that was probably one of the greatest fucking nights ever. Yeah, that was a great night.
Nice.
I loved that night.
Yeah, that sounds like a good time.
It was.
Where's the furthest you folks have played from home? Like, where's the furthest you've gotten to perform?
Good question.
I mean, I've played Ottawa, I've played London, played Windsor. I've never played out of Ontario. I don't think.
You've never played in Quebec?
Maybe like Gatineau.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
But never Montreal. Like I've like done merch for bands that played in like Montreal and Quebec City.
Yeah.
Yeah, like for me, like more northern states, like obviously in New York and Ohio, Quebec. But yeah, nothing really far. Like one tour, like it was supposed to be like a 3-week tour, and then like like a couple days in, I was just I got like deathly fucking sick, and I
Oh,
was
no.
and then like I ended up taking a bus home from Albany, New York, I think it was. That was fucking terrible. Ugh. Never take a bus home from Albany, New York. It was like, and especially when like you feel like shit and you want to die.
Yeah.
It was just terrible. But yeah, that's like I haven't gone that far. Yeah, I don't think so. I played in a parking lot in Buffalo and opened up for Theory of a Dead Man once.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was fucking hilarious. Yeah. When I was in Numbers Revolt, we were in like grade 11. Yeah.
In a parking lot.
In a parking lot in Buffalo, a parking lot of a mall.
Nice.
Yeah. It was hilarious. Yeah. And we're like not anything that sounds like Theory of a Dead Man, should not have been happening.
Would you say that's the most peculiar place you've ever played?
Yeah. I played in a church, like a church basement with a band that fucking hated God. So that was yeah. And I think the Sarah like spit on the ceiling, was like "fuck God" to start off the set, and I was like, God damn it.
How about yourself? Anywhere peculiar?
I mean, I played like just house shows and stuff.
Yeah. Those are always kind of weird.
I've been to some weird fucking venues before.
Yeah. Where?
There was a venue in Buffalo called the Funeral Home.
Yep.
So it's like a legitimate like ex-funeral home.
Exactly.
It was hard as
It was
fuck.
Basically, it got turned into like a punk house. No one owned it. These dudes were like squatting in the house.
Really?
But they built a stage in like I guess like the visitation room.
Sure.
And I've seen some fucking crazy shows there.
Yeah.
Like the venue has a max capacity of like 60 people.
Sure.
Terror played there, and not joking, 300 people.
Damn.
Like the hallways were packed, outside the venue was packed.
Wow.
It was fucking insane. I think it was like Keepers of the Faith era terror too. So it wasn't even like early terror.
Right.
Like no one came to shows. No, it was fucking insane.
Yeah.
And like I go to shows there all the time. Like I saw Backtrack and Zabalba play there, and like those shows were fucking crazy violent. Like, and it was all crew beef at the time too.
Oh,
so
okay.
I was super on edge like the whole time. Just like don't piss anyone off.
Exactly.
Just mind
Don't
my
say
own
the right
business.
thing. Yeah.
That just reminded me of the Formac in Burlington.
Yo,
Dude.
I was at that show.
I was at that show as well.
What show was that?
Holy fuck, dude. Oh my god. There was the show that shut down the Formac.
Legendary show.
Yeah, like I wasn't like fuck. We keep talking about them. I don't want to, but I wasn't in Life for Dark at this point. But they were playing. They were headlining, and then there was like, I guess something happened the show before, and then they were like, no moshing. You're not allowed to mosh in the show anymore.
Yeah, right.
Obviously, you're going to fucking mosh, right? Like. So I wasn't moshing. I was just like hanging out the side of the stage, and then they started moshing, and then like the 3 security guards walk up, and they went to the like electrical panel to like just, and me in my head, I'm like, I don't give a shit. I'm like the gear, like it's good, like
that's not good. Yeah,
that is not.
Can't
good.
just cut the
So I was just
power.
like, yo, don't fucking do that, like, and then they started getting aggressive with me, and then me and like I used to do Brazilian jiu-jitsu, like my training partner was there with me, and then him and I like walk up and we're like fighting off these like 4 security guards from trying to do the like all for the sake of the gear, not for the band, for the sake of the gear. We're like, don't fucking do that. So that all starts happening, and then a bunch of people see that, like they're trying to fight me and my friend, and then just literally all hell breaks loose. Oh my god, like the things that I saw there, like bassist went through the roof. I remember looking over at one point, and there was a kid, and he was up against one of the walls, and he was doing this, kicked a hole through the wall, took one step over,
Oh
kicked another,
boy!
and then like flipping pool tables. It was pure fucking. It was like there should be a documentary about the Formac riot. Like it was like what stood out during that whole scene from you, like
I remember jumping off a pool table with a pool cue and hit someone over the head with it.
dude, it was chaos, bro. It was absolute chaos. Like I think they had like an arcade machine there, and someone just
it got knocked.
yeah,
the fuck
got
over.
pushed that over. Throwing like all the bar stools, people just throwing like there were like bar like stool like in the wall, like from the legs, like it was, dude, it was fucking trashed, and they never had a show there like ever again. Like they shut it down.
Weird that they didn't.
Yeah, and, you know, just get a bunch of straight edge kids, give them some Red Bulls, and fuck, man. Who knows what'll happen?
That's
right?
crazy.
It was pure chaos. I've never been in an environment so chaotic and destructive.
Everything short of like a fire starting.
Yeah. It's like it was like one step away from it being burnt down. I swear to fucking God.
Is that building still around or?
Yeah.
The building itself is, but I don't think the format.
No.
I think
it's
it was
something else now.
It was
I think it's just a different pool hall.
Yeah, but that escalated really quickly. Yeah.
Do you have any pre-show rituals?
It's been so long since I played a show. I'm just gonna go with no.
Yeah. When was the last time you played a show?
Last time I played a show was probably 15 years ago.
Yeah? Do you remember with who or?
I think M Code.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was M Code. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. Like I've gone up and I've done guest vocals for parts of songs. Like I would go up 5 years when I was with Mr. Signals. I would do the outro 5 years.
Sick.
There was what was the other one? Like Cold Shoulder. I've gone up and got done some parts with them as well. Yeah, and that's kind of the extent of it. I took a really big break from the whole music scene in general for a long time. I just wanted absolutely nothing to do with it, and then and then I was like, I didn't want anything to do with a band, and I didn't want anything to do with the music. I would still listen to it, but and then just kind of, and then I was like, if I do music, it's just going to be on my terms. I'm gonna write everything. And so before Phantom Lung, we're going back 8 or 9 years ago, I wrote a solo album. It kind of in the same vein, just not as chaotic and destructive as Phantom Lung, but I wrote a whole solo project, and that was very therapeutic for me because I was going through a really, really bad time in my life, and I was able to I had an outlet for that.
Yeah.
And then kind of the same thing is also going through some shit, going through a breakup, losing my dog, all that, and so that's when I started. My friend messaged me. Well, he visited me and he's like, "You are fucking depressed. I hate it. I don't even want to talk to you anymore. So I got you this guitar.
Nice.
You need to write a fucking another album."
There you go.
And then I was like, "Okay." And he's like, "It's either that or I kick the shit out of you." And I'm like, all right, I'll write an album.
Fine.
Yeah.
Play the guitar.
Yeah, fine. I'll write a fucking album. And then that's kind of how Phantom Lung started.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you have any pre-show rituals?
Other than
just jerks off.
Yeah. No. Other than going pee 1,000 times because I still get super nervous all the fucking time.
Right.
I just do some kind of the same warm-ups I do for the gym, warm up my shoulders and
stretches
knees,
and whatnot.
I'm aging and I hurt a lot when I'm playing on stage.
Yeah.
So just stretching.
Super important.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any go-to gas station snacks when you're on the road, or any preferred fast food that you need to stop and get when you're on the road with the boys?
Taco Bell's an easy one.
Yeah, I love Taco Bell.
Dude,
Taco Bell's an easy one.
for sure.
Taquitos from 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. When Quiznos was a thing, I used to fucking love
Quiznos. I think they're around. They're they're few and far between.
You
gotta look for them.
Look for them, right? Yeah, but that's pretty much it.
What about yourself? Anything go-to when you're...
My go-to, gas station cheap snacks, I usually get, Reese's Cups, the big ones.
Nice.
Bigfoot candy.
Hey.
And a lot of Monster Energy drink.
There you go. Gotta have that energy drink.
I was waiting for it.
I'm trying to get a Monster Energy drink sponsorship.
Nice.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
So, Unleash the beast.
Yeah, Monster.
Monster Energy drink.
If you're listening.
Find that fucking beast within you. Yeah. Unleash it.
You ever seen that like clip of the one lady like explaining how the Monster Energy drink is like a satanic?
Yeah, that's why I like it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I stay away from it, because I'm a good Christian boy.
Yeah.
With good Christian ideals.
You drink Red Bull.
Yeah.
Because it gives you wings like an angel.
Fucking look at us.
There you go,
man.
Look at the riffs going.
Who would have thought?
Look at us.
Look at us.
Now, let's say Phantom Lung is selling out arenas. You guys are fucking huge. You're at the size of Metallica.
Yeah.
What's the Rockstar Green Rider? What's in the green room waiting for you? You have an unlimited budget.
Fuck. Monster.
Monster.
Oh, yeah,
There's a keg of Monster.
Yeah.
obviously.
Couple of them.
Yeah. On tap.
A monster Ivy.
Monster on tap. Yeah.
Yes.
On tap. That's a great fucking question.
Chipotle. Definitely Chipotle.
Really?
Hey,
Chipotle?
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't fuck with Chipotle, man. I had it a couple
I'll fuck
times.
with you then.
I had it a couple times and I was like, I don't get it. It's I think it's overrated.
I think it's because you don't lift.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. We'll work on that.
I know. Fuck, that's a great question, and like, I don't know.
Would you have any movies playing? Any video
Silence
games?
of the Lambs, but just the Buffalo Bill scene where he tucks his dick between his legs. Like, I even have the tattoo.
Oh,
that
fuck yeah.
He has. Yeah, man. Buffalo Bill's like my hero. He's my idol. I love that fucking
He's
guy.
your idol.
Yeah. But yeah, fucking Silence of the Lambs.
The Room. I request
The Room.
to be playing.
Nice.
Jojo Rabbit, because I'm always down for a good cry.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I just saw that movie.
I have the Jojo Rabbit tattoo.
Nice. Very good.
Yeah, Jojo Rabbit's gotta be fucking playing.
Hey, did you end up getting the Shania Twain tattoo?
No, I haven't gotten it yet.
Oh, fuck.
I really, really want to get my Shania Twain tattoo so fucking bad.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm just waiting for it. Again, like, we're
Tell the story.
so busy. Which one?
The Shania Twain tattoo.
Oh, yeah. So I'm gonna get the sheet music of just the opening notes. The dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I'm gonna get that, and that's fuck. And like, obviously, you're not gonna really know. Like, I'm just probably gonna get on the back of my arm, and you're not gonna know if you don't read music. You're not gonna know. But like, I'm expecting someone once in a while to just walk up and be like, "Let's go, girls." And I cannot wait for that moment. Yeah, it's gonna be great. I love Shania Twain so fucking much.
Yeah, Canadian Idol.
That's right.
She's one of my dream girls, man.
There you go.
Yeah, her and Amber Heard.
Yeah,
I'll take a shit in your bed.
This whole time.
that's all I needed.
Just have to get me talking.
That's all I
about
needed
ass.
to hear. All right, I think I've only got one more question for you folks, unless
Okay.
you've got some more anecdotes that you want to share.
Yeah, nothing. I haven't toured or nothing.
Well, ask your question, and I might have something.
I just need your top 5 all favorite bands of all time. If you can't give me 5, give me 3
man.
in no particular order.
Okay. The Doobie Brothers,
Nice.
Steely Dan,
Yeah.
Pantera, Meshuggah, and probably let me think about that last one.
Yeah.
Because like I know it. Actually, like I know I have a note on my phone which talks about like my 10 best albums. I'm gonna look for that quick while you.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, favorite bands. Got 3 on my mind. Slipknot, favorite band. Got a Slipknot tattoo.
Hell yeah.
Obituary.
There you go.
Blind Guardian.
Right on.
I have such a soft spot for super cheesy power metal. It's my fucking kryptonite. I fucking love it so much.
Yeah, it's great.
2 more favorite bands.
Breathe or Resist for the other one for me.
True.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to pick favorite bands because I am such a sponge for listening to new music.
Yeah.
So like every new band is my favorite new band.
I get like that.
So okay, I'll give you my top 5 shit I'm listening to right now.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I'll plug some like newer bands. Malignant Altar, amazing death metal band.
Cool. I haven't heard of them.
Their last record they released in like November, December.
Yeah.
One of my favorite. No, my absolute favorite death metal record of all time.
Damn.
It's fucking great. Who else am I listening to? Cruelty from Japan, spelled with a K.
Yep.
Super fucking heavy.
They're cool.
Body Box. They're like a brutal death slam kind of band.
Cool.
Snuffed on Sight.
Nice.
Yeah, and then like Undeath.
Yeah, Undeath.
Frozen Soul. I just saw them on Tuesday with Dying Fetus.
Yeah.
Who else is really fucking good? Terminal Nation. They just released a split with Cruelty.
Yeah.
That was really fucking good. And a new band that Taylor Young is in from like Twitching Tongues.
Yeah, he's in all the bands.
And God's Hate.
Yeah.
They're called Zeus, I think.
Oh, cool.
Spelled Zous. But like just really like dirty caveman sludgy death metal.
That's cool.
But yeah, that's what I've been listening to like pretty much on repeat lately.
Yeah. That's awesome.
For new, like, well, not new, but like what I've just been listening to a lot of, like on top of the Doobie Brothers, because like even last year, like how Spotify gives you like the roundup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It said I got it like one of the things that it tells you, and it's just like you are in the 0.0025% of Doobie Brothers listeners. Like that's how fucking much I listen to them. So like they'll always be there. I've been listening to a lot of Rotten Sound. Magruder Grind, Cattle Decapitation.
Nice.
That new 200 Stab Wounds record.
Oh yeah,
they're cool,
so
eh?
good.
Yeah,
so
disgusting. And then I brought them up before with another podcast I did. This band from Norway. Not even a band. It's just as far as I know, it's just one fucking guy.
Yeah.
He lives in like the northernmost part of Norway, and he's like a marine biologist. But when he's not doing that, he just writes like grindcore. They're called Parlamentarisk Sodomy.
Yeah.
Dude, Riff City. Just fucking Riff
they're
City.
a fucking party.
Cool.
Dude, like just fun fucking riffs. Mammoth Grinder.
Yeah.
Fucking them so heavy. Yeah. Like I don't know. We can just name off band. We can just, and now it's at this point just we're just naming bands at this point. Like, yeah.
You mentioned you were like a stan for Doobie Brothers on Spotify. My metal cred got taken away from me last year when Spotify put me in like this 0.1% of listeners of Spirit Box.
Okay.
I am such a stan for
They're
Spirit
so
Box.
Good.
They're so fucking catchy and groovy. I fucking love them so much.
They're a great new band.
Oh,
Canadian too.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Like we were listening, like we're like. Don't get us wrong. I mean, like I know we look hard as fuck, right?
100% put on Boys to Men.
Boys to Men, Pointer Sisters, like all that fucking shit, man.
Nice.
I know like most of the lyrics to WAP by Cardi B.
There you go.
Yeah. Probably one of the best songs in the last
Gotta
decade.
keep it diverse, right? You can't always just listen to one thing.
You gotta get like you gotta get inspiration from everywhere, right? Like,
I listen to a lot of 3-6.
Nice.
A lot of Juicy J.
I listen to a lot of the Crystals, the Marvelettes, you know,
A lot of surf
the
rock.
Shangri-Las, Dick Dale, yeah, man.
Dick Dale, yeah.
Dick Dale, oh,
Fucking so
what
good.
a goddamn unit.
Now, before we end, did you say you had a conversation that you wanted to with Rob Reed?
Oh fuck yeah! Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah, no. So you were on Not Just a Phase, and shout outs to our mutual
Yep.
Rob Reed. He's a hardworking individual. I'll actually give a quick shout out to him. If I didn't go on his show initially, I wouldn't be doing this podcast.
Really?
Yeah, no. He gave me the bug.
I had a great conversation with him. But this is what I have not read this to you yet.
No.
I'm going to bring this up. So I made a post on the Instagram page with a photo of Reno and I on the way here, and he responded saying "pod whore," and then I laughed and I said the Tim and Eric, it's free real estate meme there, and he goes, "Ask Philip how he likes my sloppy seconds." And I said, "I'm 100% going to do that. I don't give a fuck." And he's like, "That's amazing. Anytime I interview a band before Bandecdotes, I immediately jack off after in triumph and victory. Feel free to tell him that too." And I said, "I'm literally going to be reading this convo on the podcast." And he goes, "And I'm canceled." Yep. So he's like, a healthy masturbation joke about friendly competition seems safe enough for the woke crowd.
Well, as long as he's happy. As long as he's getting himself there.
If he's jacking off, he's got to be happy.
Well,
That's just what I'm saying.
there's that whole like wave of sadness after, and disgust. So
I just assumed that was a part of it.
it's an experience. It's
You can't be happy unless you've experienced sadness.
if you don't know, you don't, right?
And in short, that's exactly what it's like being on Not Just a
It's
Phase.
not that short. It's skinny, okay?
It's a thin dick.
Cool. Right on, folks. Well, I think we can end it there.
Awesome.
Awesome.
All
Fuck
right.
yeah, dude.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Hell yeah.